how do you follow somebody when you know what they're doing is screwed up
Okay.
and they don't own their own bullshit?
Mm-hmm.
And when they do try to explain what they're doing and you look at what they done, they don't coincide. They're totally opposite.
Welcome to Mended Men's Conversation, life lessons and legacies, where real men have real conversations. In every episode, we dive deep into the struggles, victories, and lessons that shape us as men. From mental health and fatherhood to faith, identity, and purpose, we are breaking the silence and starting the conversations that matter. Between us is over 12 years of professional experience and more than 140 years of combined life experience as fathers, sons, brothers, husbands, friends, and educators. We know that healing starts with an honest dialogue. So let's get real. Let's get ready. Let's grow together. This is Mended Men's Conversation.
Good morning. This is Mended Men's Conversation. I'm Anthony Washington, and
I am Titus Garnett, and we're here with Mended Men Conversation. We're two old farts, basically, we're just having a basic conversation like you usually do anywhere else you're at. This is not a therapy session, all right? At the end of the show, we'll tell you if you need therapy, where to go. But we're just having conversation. We're just talking. The stuff that's on our mind. We're not trying to convince you of anything. We're just like you do at home when you're with your partner or driving in the car with your boy at the barbershop. If the subject comes up, we just jump into it and we let loose. I
there you
am
go.
considered a lot of times the angry old man, but I'm really not that old. But I'm angry
What?
as hell, probably.
Yo,
But
hey, don't tell people that shit, cause you old, goddamn, you are old.
but I aged gracefully. What's the subject matter for today, my brother?
Well, you know something, and
Right.
I just had this crazy thought. How can you follow somebody that don't know what they're talking about, and when you ask them, they don't explain what they're talking about, what their intentions are? How do you follow somebody like that? How do you follow somebody like that, Titus? Don't know what they're
First,
talking about, and when you ask them, they go off into a tangent.
wow, I'm beginning to think you're taking this personal, my brother. But anyway,
I am, God damn it. Yeah, I am.
damn, somebody pissed you off? If it was me, I'm kind of glowing right now. But a lot of times, the way I see it, because we're talking through our life experience. That's what we're dealing
Right.
with. And sometimes we have factual information. Sometimes we just going about the factual information that's based on our experience of
Life
life.
experience.
Yeah, and a lot of times I realize at times when people are like that, they really are not looking for you to understand. They may be just getting crap off their chest. All right, and uh, and and sometimes what they're angry about or talking about, not angry, let's say something that may not be what's really behind it. It might be something else behind it. All right, when they're getting something off our chest or whatever.
Okay, how do you follow somebody when you know what they're doing is screwed up
Okay.
and they don't own their own bullshit?
Mm-hmm.
And when they do try to explain what they're doing and you look at what they done, they don't coincide. They're totally opposite.
Okay, a straight answer would be you can't follow them. You can't understand. And if you sit back and agree with them or you back them up on that shit, that gives them justification to continue the BS and the things that they say. You got to tell people not what they want to hear, all right? And not agree with what they say. And you got to let them know and you see how they react to it. If you can't follow, I think when you're saying how do you follow them, I'm looking as though they are leading you, all right? Instead
Yeah,
of sometimes you
let's put it
they're
like this, they in
leading you,
charge.
they're in
They in
charge and
charge.
you just run with
They're
it.
supposed to be in charge.
Right. But the thing is sometimes people for self-preservation, they'll follow them. That's just one answer right now. For self-preservation. In other words, they don't want to lose the position they're in. They don't want to be shut off, fired, or whatever the position they're in. So they just go, yes, boss, man, great idea. They kiss that behind and they just, run with it. In other words, sometimes they think they'll be able to share that power if they go with them.
Well, that goes back to what you said earlier, being a true friend
Hmm.
or a partner.
Or
Because
employee.
let's take for instance, me and you. When we talk and we doing things, we talk about something. The beauty of this is if I say something that may not make sense to you, you let me finish, but then you'll give me your point of view.
Hmm.
9 times out of 10, you don't agree with what I'm saying. And
Hmm.
the thing of it is that even though you don't agree with it, we still respect each other through this process. That's
True,
what we're talking about here.
true, because of
You know,
life
it's
experiences. But
right. It's,
sometimes
it's just being
people,
honest.
yeah,
And
but sometimes
some people don't know how to be honest.
they
And
can't. Here's what I'm saying, Anthony,
why do
and
you
I
say they
agree with
can't?
what you're saying. They can't because they know that the result of their honesty will cause them to lose favor, will cause them to lose maybe money, in other words, a job, salary, a reputation, or whatever, you know. And so they say, well, in order for self-preservation, they can't be honest. All right. Now you may
But
hold on. Now
you
you
say
may look at it.
self-preservation. Why you
Mhm.
say self-preservation? Why you say
Self-preservation is because they can't keep their job. And if you can't keep your job, how you going to support your family? How you going to pay your house note, pay for your car? How are you going to exist because you are no longer
so
getting that paycheck? Because it depends on
so
who are you
are you
agreeing with.
saying to keep my job I need to be dishonest?
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. You
Interesting.
know why? Here's the
To
thing,
keep my
Anthony.
job I need to be dishonest. Okay. I'm
Here's
listening.
the thing. Now, this is, and I appreciate you this subject matter because it follows up our last two shows about lying and morality and stuff like that. Remember? Okay. Oh, wait a minute.
Hmm.
Can you go back that far? Are you okay? Look like you went into a catatonic state for a second there. Like, what's he talking about? I don't remember. What's my name? Anyway, so Anthony, we're not looking at a situation where we're talking about friends. We're looking at a situation where somebody is in charge, they're in a leadership role, or you are responsible for following their lead or giving them what they want. How many times okay, you've got industry leaders, like the people who are in charge of a big corporation. Let me ask you something. Have you ever
Hmm.
worked for a large corporation? All right, a Fortune 500 corporation. And how did you see people, employees responding to the leadership of that corporation? It could be your immediate boss. It could be someone much up higher than him, how he responded to his boss, how the next guy who may be third or second in charge of a division or your area or to the company. How did they respond to the man in charge?
Some people co-signed some of the madness they was doing because, like you were
Right.
saying before, they wanted to keep their job. But you had a
Hmm.
lot of people that felt a certain way because what they was doing was not kosher. Let me put it like that. It was not kosher, and it wasn't beneficial for the employees. It was more beneficial for, I'm gonna say, management. But the thing of it is, they honestly spoke how they truly felt, and it caused a rift. And eventually, when the management and employees had a chance to sit down and iron out their difference, everything worked out for the better. Because now they was able to be heard, and they disagreed with what the manager was saying, but management didn't take it personal. I mean, they might not have liked it, but they accepted. And they started making some adjustments for the plans they was putting out. And it was a lot of compromising on both ends. So everybody could feel like they got something out of the process. So it wasn't like you just dictating to people about what you want to do. I understand that if you're in charge, you want to make things work in your favor. But my point of it is that when you want to do something like that, you also got to make sure that be able to give a little bit because you got people that's working for you, and you want them to do their best. and if they constantly give it, eventually you're gonna come out on the short end. That's just my opinion of it. So it's something that has to be worked out both sides, and that's what we're not having here in this country at all.
Well,
I
gee,
mean, it's a sad state of nation when your leader don't know what the hell he doing, and now you starting to have some of his followers take a step back. Wait, this don't look too kosher. Some of them, not all of them, but it's coming to a head.
you started off saying that your experience is that in a lot of cases, it seems like your experience is that people they'll disagree with the boss, the manager, the whatever, and say, no, that's not kosher. No, you shouldn't do it, and they disagree. And my first question was, what was the name of this company? Love and Kisses USA Corporation. My experience mainly was that when I worked for large corporations, that the people would kiss the guy's behind no matter what he said. But yeah, the boss said,
Yeah.
do this, you got to do it. And if you disagree, your butt was out. I was at work for a corporation and, they like to have, I don't know if they still do that. They used to have these little cocktail meetings where they had a meeting and they brought everybody in. And if you didn't have a drink in your hand, there was something wrong with you. All right. And there was a young lady there and she was new to the company. She hadn't been there probably a week yet. And the big guy, the head guy, the whole division area, he looked over there and said, look at her. She don't look like she's going to last here. She's not mingling with people. She's just kind of standing there kind of all alone and she's not mingling or anything like that. She's not going to have a good future here at this company. And you know what I heard? People line up and say, yeah, that's boss. You're right, boss. Yeah, she said, yeah, boss. Oh, yeah, boss. She don't look like. So right then and there, they were dictating what her future would be like, And they didn't
Mm-hmm.
stand up to this guy and say, hey, no, she'll be all right. I'm just listening to these guys because I hadn't been there long myself. So it got me thinking, what the hell are they saying about me? All right. Now, and that does dictate your future. And my experience, I find more often people will line up behind whatever the leadership is rather than to go against them or to create not confrontation, but to say, no, that's not a good thing to do or go against. And that's my experience. I see just the opposite. So what's happening in this country, I understand it. I understand it. I'm not going to justify it, but I can see these people want share a piece of power. They want to be involved and say, yeah, everything's great. I'm behind them. Let me clarify a little bit something too about this country. Let's look at Iran. The last thing that Trump did with his so-called peace agreement with Iran. Talk about a
That's what you call it.
piece of crap.
That's what you
No,
call it.
that's what he called it. That's what he
Okay.
called it.
Okay. I can
And
go
I
with
was
that.
watching this talking head show, and they had a brother there. His head was shinier than your head, okay? And because I
Good
guess he
brother.
made more money. And good brother, you should have heard that bullshit he was talking. Yeah, well, the
Oh, okay.
president, he's got an idea. I'm gonna put 110% trust that this thing is gonna fall through. Well, see, what you guys are looking at is that when Obama did it, man, that was no good. He had to get rid of it. That was crap. And this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. And another brother happened to stand up and say, whoa, 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 wait a minute. All right. The same thing he put in that paragraph about Iran should not seek, try to produce, or do any kind of way, try to get nuclear power, not just the weapons, yeah, but to get the nuclear energy, or we got to work and try to get more fusion energy. We're gonna do all that. And then he said, man, he copied that word for word from the JPOC, from what Obama had put out there. He copied it word for word. And the guy said, no, it's completely different. It didn't say that. So the woman wanted the show said, stop, wait a minute. And she read the JPOC, okay? And she said, this is what Trump just said is exactly word for word. And the brother said, what? Well, he was going to protect Trump no matter what. Now, you would say, why is he doing this? What's he
Trying to
getting
keep his
out of
job.
this? Damn right. And
You know
even
something? I
though
would
no,
say
hold on a second. It's more. Let me say one more thing before you add. This may help you with your answer. He doesn't even work for Trump. He is a Republican strategist. He don't work for Trump. He works for probably a donor or somebody like that. But he's a Republican strategist.
in a roundabout way, he works for Trump, and he wanted to
Okay, I
keep his
understand how
job.
you're saying
He
it.
wanted the same
Right.
face.
Right. Now that's what I'm talking about. He wanted to maintain that. But the thing is, was there honor involved there? In his head, yes, it is. In his now, hold on, don't shake your head, bro. In his head, he was being honorable because he believes that he's telling the truth.
Okay, was he being honest? My question to you, not about what's in his head, was he being honest?
Yes.
And Nicky said that with a straight face too.
I sure did, damn it. I sure did. You know why? It ain't about what's in his head. It's what he truly believes in his head and heart. No, it's not true, but was he being honorable? Now, it to him, he
Honorable to
was.
who?
Now, remember our last show, we talked about morality, all right? Our personal morality versus political and social morality. And a lot of times things that we do are moral, other people do, we will accept. Even other people do that's not moral, we will still accept it. And this is just another version of is he honorable, truly honorable? No. But is he truly honorable to Trump? Yes. That's the confusion we have in this country right now. That's the confusion, you know?
Are we honorable?
And
Are we honorable to being telling the truth? Are we honorable to telling the truth? Or we worried about the backlash, not
well,
supporting bullshit?
now you're adding in a whole new different concept into the mix. Now into that pie, into that bullshit pie somebody's making. All right. You added another ingredient. All right. Here's the thing. How many times have you known somebody that could tell a lie and you know they straight lied to your face and you can look at them and they honestly believe they're telling the truth? Have you ever had that experience?
Mhm.
Huh? I
Yes.
know damn well you have. You couldn't live as long as you did without knowing people like that. And some of them could have been your family. Some of them could have been the people you work with, your cohorts.
Close.
Some of them could even been your
Some
friends.
people that you call friends.
Right,
You know, some is just that's just part of life. You learn that everybody, sometimes do things for their own selfish reasons. You
right.
know, but I just say, I say this is a real sad time for this country because
True.
you have someone that has no respect for themselves. And it purely shows that if I don't have no respect for myself, you ain't got shit coming
Right,
when it comes to respect. None.
right.
And this might fade a little bit, but uh, it- this is just my point of view. This reminds me of, I'm going to say, the championship, the Knicks and the San Antonio. I mean, I got to
Okay.
give San Antonio, they a hell of a team coming.
Mm-hmm.
But you know something, one of the downfalls I would say to them is that, a real, and this is just my opinion, probably nobody would agree with me, but at the end of the series, when New York won and Homeboy walked off the court without shaking his hands, I thought, that
Yeah.
was real bad sportsmanship on his part. Because the bottom line of it is that, if me and you playing something, I mean, my thought is I'm going out to win. So, if I might have to do some shit to you while we there. But when the game was over with, I can respect the fact that you stood up to me and you played me, you made me play. And the game was good. And I appreciate that. So I just out of total respect, I gotta shake your hand. You know, do I like the fact that I lost? No, it hurt, but I appreciate the competition. So, I will shake your hand just as sportsmanship. But when next time we go on the court, I'm gonna kick your ass. That's my
But
mentality.
you know
I
what?
don't have to take that mentality and hold it off the court. The game is over with. So I no longer have to have that mindset. I'm gonna give you your respect because I think you do that. And I feel like it should be the same thing. That right there is what I'm saying. It's like bad sportsmanship. This right here, this country, this I'm not even gonna call him a president because he don't even deserve to call a president. Trump, the shit he do. He has no respect for nobody.
Well,
And my point is, I think he had a hard on for Obama. I mean, because whatever this
big
man
one, the
do,
big one.
yeah, whatever this man do, he will go out of his way to try to find something negative. And the sad thing about it, you don't see Obama walking around there doing the same shit to him. So that's the intelligence that you see Obama display versus what Trump displayed. He displayed absolutely, totally, 100,000% ignorance, asinine sense. Trump does this on a daily basis. He can't help himself. It oozes out of him like his hair. It's just there. That's what he give everybody.
It oozes out of him like pus.
Oh God, yes, it does. And that's the
Because
sad thing. And
that's I'm serious.
everybody see it.
He's like a bad infection.
He
He's
is.
like a
He
bad
is.
infection.
I
President
mean,
Pus.
I can't find, and I honestly want to find something positive about him that he actually does or say, but I'm having a hard goddamn time trying to find something because I don't see nothing, you know. But I guess Obama just might as well go
Well,
and let him give him some head because this dude, boy, he be on his shit. I'm
they
serious,
call me the angry old man.
So,
Look at you.
okay,
Look at you.
you tell me what I say. Was anything false, wrong, not true about what I just said?
See, we're not going to get into the concept of personal truth. All right. I'm not going to say what you said is not true, untrue. I'm not going to call anything a lie. But there's one part of it I will disagree with you on, and the
All
part
right,
of
give
that
it to me.
is about the basketball game. Now, the guy who left the court without shaking hands, I had no problem with that, and the reason I
Okay,
have no
well,
problem with that is this. No, no, let me. It's my turn now. Now, the angry old man gets a chance to really go to town. Okay, don't sit back. Don't act like you sleep.
no, I'm
Don't go
listening.
get nothing to drink. Don't say, "Well, I got to pause it because I got to go to the bathroom." No, we ain't gonna do none of that crap right now.
Say what you got to
The
say.
thing
Just
of
say
it
what you got to
is,
say.
I go by one. The guy was young. He was only 22 years old, and he was upset. He lost his. Let me finish,
Mm,
my brother. He was young, but I can tell you in many a times and experiences, and I think it's really petty for somebody to jump down on him for leaving the game to not shake hands. Because I can tell you many a games when Mike Jordan was with the Bulls and they won the championship and I didn't see other players go shake his hand. I've always seen a lot of these professional leagues. After the Super Bowl, how many of the other teams do you see come across and shake the hand of the victors? I don't see that.
A
Now
lot of.
you'll see individual
What?
players that do come up
Do
and
you have your
hug and
glasses
this
on?
and that. Can I finish talking, brother? There are a lot of players that just leave the field and they go on about their business. When I was playing sports, after we lost a big game, we just went on back to the locker room. Everybody went out their business. So I don't think it's necessary that you need to go and say, "Okay, great game. Thanks for kicking us in our behind and this and that." If you do that, that shows you are a bigger man. That shows that, okay, you can understand that. But I don't think he should get all the chastisement because he's a young guy and say, "Man, a lot was put on him, and a lot of pressure was put on him." So I don't give a rat's ass if he came across and shook hands or not shook hands. To me, that ain't gonna change the price of bread. All right, but the tension that they put on him about that don't mean, I think, nah, don't put that attention because you can pick up how many other people's on that team didn't shake anybody's hand. How many? Oh, they didn't show the pictures.
I didn't
Oh,
take
did they
count.
show
I
pictures
didn't
of
take count.
huh?
I didn't
But
take
did they
count.
show pictures of the
But
other ones doing all that?
my point is that it's the sportsmanship.
Fuck the sportsmanship. All right, after a big game like that, take your ass on home. Take your $20 billion that you made, and see
I
that's the
told you.
thing. Here we are talking about
And
millionaires. Right, I don't give a fuck about that. All right, you take your 20 billion, get into your Mercedes, and drive your ass to your big ass $10 million house. Okay, he don't give a rat's behind. It doesn't change my day. I look at him and said, okay, he's upset, and he got their butts kicked. They were embarrassed.
no
He couldn't
excuse.
handle that.
That's no
All
excuse.
right, but they
No
said
excuse. No excuse.
sportsmanship. Now, to me, if someone had came up to him and he was to shake his hand, and he just turned around and walk away from him, then I would have
He
something to
didn't.
say.
Did you see that? Homeboy walked up to him and
I
he
didn't see
turned
nobody
around.
walk up
What?
to him. I didn't see nobody
Hmm?
walk up to him. I didn't.
Well, listen,
But
listen, listen. If what you seen, you gotta have a color television. Can't keep watching shit in black and white.
that is minute compared to what your second part of your dissertation was regarding the president, regarding Trump. Because
Yeah,
I can see people who say this man showed unsportsmanlike conduct and still support Trump, who's not only unsportsmanlike conduct would be a plus for him. This man, I mean, he's an insult to the morality of people. How could he sit up there when people disagree with his peace plan and he says, "Don't you get it? What are you, stupid?" He has no problem insulting people who disagree with him.
but you
All
know
right.
something? The people that is his followers that disagree with him about his peace plan, they deserve to whatever they get because, as we talked about earlier, friend, co-worker, or whatever you want to say, partner, whatever you do some honesty. I don't need nobody to kiss my butt or agree with me just because. If we doing something, we trying to progress, move forward. I can't move forward if you're not being honest with me. And that's just where I'm coming from. So whatever they get, they deserve because they made a conscious decision not to be honest with that knucklehead.
But the bad part about it is they get what they deserve, but they're not the one getting it. We're getting it because what they back
That's
up with
true.
him, we're the one that's getting kicked in the butt with the this and that. And now when they one of the things I had noticed lately when his peace plan, I'm gonna keep saying that because I know it drives me crazy. His peace plan with Iran is that everybody said, well, the gas prices is
Okay,
going down. Hold
okay.
on, let me finish this
It's not
thought.
a
Let me
it's,
finish this
it's not a,
thought.
it's not a peace plan. It's a shit plan.
But see, the thing, and people are talking about the gas prices are going down, or everything's going to be okay. Wait a minute. That's one thing out of a bundle of a lot of bad things that war caused. All right. I mean, you look at the price of groceries. All right, it's still high. The gas is not going to go back to what it was the day of the invasion, which is over $1. That's not going to happen overnight. All right. Diesel, which the truckers have to have to bring all that stuff to the grocery stores, to the markets, and this and that, and also to
Terrence.
the farmers. It's not going to automatically drop the price for when they need what they call that ingredients, something to grow their plants with what they get out of that area.
Fertilizer.
Fertilizer. They won't be able that's not gonna happen overnight. And because they already planted their crop, it's a little late to get that fertilizer because that stuff they had to pull back on how much they planted. So that doesn't mean that cost is gonna go down. Because of the problems in that area, the insurance on the boats, on the ships, all right? Them people went up like crazy. That's not going to trust. They're not going to trust that in 60 days everything's going to be okay. So they dropped the rate of that insurance because Israel is still fucking with Lebanon, and Iran said, you guys got to leave them alone. All right. So then it's questionable how that's going to work. The stock market, it could give a rat's ass about all they worried is about making their money. The stock market is not going to change, even though it's going up. It's not going to change the price of eggs at the grocery store. It's not going to change
Nah,
the price of things that you go.
it has no
All right.
effect on things that we
Right. Now, right.
survive
Now
on.
the price of beef. I'm gonna tell you, Wagyu beef. You ever heard of that? Wagyu beef? It's a special beef made in Japan. Okay, that is made. It has doesn't have any ingredients in it. I mean, it's just boom. Okay, how about Angus? You heard about Angus beef? Angus from Angus cows, all corn fed, natural and stuff like that. And that meat cost is high when you buy Angus. And plus it has less fat in it. I mean, it's really expensive stuff. I go to the store. I went to the store the other day. Angus beef was running at $7.98 a pound for just a pound. But when I went to the regular ground beef, the shit that used to be the cheap shit that you get, that was at $7.68 a pound. All right. So like What? Come on. Oxtails. You like oxtails, my brother? Okay. Oxtails is running at damn near $11 a pound. I looked at a pack of oxtails. They had one big oxtail, two medium oxtails, and then four little small ones that you didn't know if there was meat on the bone or not. Okay. That
But it
was
was
a
a bone in there.
$16. Huh?
It
$16,
looked like a
16,
bone in there.
$17. It looked like a bone. That's all. I mean, so those prices, what's affecting the beef, that's not going down. So there's a lot of other things other than just the price of gas, because the price of gas is constantly being stuck in your face every time you drive by a gas station. Even if you have an electric car, all right, you still see that price of gas. But they don't want electric cars in this country. At least Trump don't. All right. Windmills, the cost of electricity. Electricity has gone up 15% minimum. All right. So just because the price of gas went down, that don't mean the cost of electricity is going down. Because the turbines that run electricity run on what you call natural gas, not gasoline you put in your car. All right. Or it's run on coal, or it's run on nuclear. All right. So there are a lot of things. Your health, when you go to the doctor, all that crap is still going up and up and up. So we get caught up on the
True that.
price of the gas we put in our car. Man, this guy fucked up a lot of shit, man. A lot of crap he screwed up. He said, all the gas are going down. And he says, I don't care about inflation. I like inflation. But I don't think about what the people have to go through in life. That man ain't never bought a gallon of gas in his life.
Never
He don't
had
know
to.
anything about none of that's right. He is. But the people who support him and they get what they get, yeah, they do. They get what he wants them to get, and they happy to get it because it doesn't cost. They're not going to complain about the cost of meat. They're not going to. They get to keep their job so they can afford to buy that meat. And the thing he's getting involved with the D&I with by putting this guy who's just he built cheap houses in charge of all our internal affairs stuff. Oh my God. There's constantly shit hitting the fan with this guy. But the people who are backing him up don't care. And they're the ones, so
No,
you
they
can
don't.
talk all the truth. You can talk all the honor and all that you want. And these people are thinking they're being honorable, not to us, but they're being honorable to him because that's what he wants. And the
Yeah,
people who
that's what he
support
wants.
him by their votes, they're thinking the same damn thing because they're saying that if I don't give it to him, I'm not giving it to nobody because the people on the other side, they're not honorable either. In other words, they're not going to give them what they want. They believe that. And when they do get
So what
what
happened to the
they
truth?
want, they
What
don't believe
happens?
it.
What happened?
Truth has a new way of being perceived. It's perceived by what you want it to
No,
be.
it's
Yeah,
not the truth though.
yeah,
No,
it is to them.
just because I want it, no, just because I want it to be the truth, that's not the truth.
That to
The
them it
truth is
is.
just the truth. That's about no,
The
no,
truth is to them. It is.
no. Don't listen.
We're
I
not
know
talking
you
about
old.
mathematics here. No, no, no. We're not. I'm not angry. I'm not mad. And we're not talking mathematics. There's a different type of truth that you're talking about.
No, no, no,
Truth.
no. The truth is
Yeah,
just one
yeah,
way.
it is.
It's just one way.
How? How?
Truth is truth. Truth is what it is. It
It's what you
is the
believe.
truth.
It's what you believe.
Just because I believe it does not mean it's the truth.
But to
Okay?
you, it is.
Let's get it. Huh? No,
The
it's
truth.
not.
The truth. Wait a minute. How do you tell somebody who believes that Trump is doing everything for them and he cares that that's not truth to them? How do you tell them that? It's not. It's a lie.
I tell
How
them
do
the
you
truth.
tell them that?
What
And they don't
you
believe what you just said. So they believe in their
no, 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 no.
terms of truth.
Just trying to get them to come to my side. I'm just saying that it's not the truth. And it goes for me. If I'm not being honest and being truthful, then it's the same for me. It's the same. It's not what I think or what I want it to be. They ain't got shit to do with it. The truth is the truth. You can't dress it up. No, you can't. No,
There,
it's just simple as that.
I'm not dressing it
Now,
up. What I'm saying is the concept of truth has changed. In other words,
Nah,
it's not
no, it
what,
didn't.
yeah, it
No, it
has.
didn't.
It's what people
What year?
believe.
In what
Okay,
year
let
did
me
it
tell you,
change? In
shit,
what
over
year
time.
did it change?
Over time. I can't tell you no actual point. I can't point nothing
No,
out.
brother.
All
No,
right.
I disagree
But
with you.
is you can disagree all you want, but I'm not trying to convince you. All I'm trying to say,
It
there's an
sound like it.
awareness out
It
there.
sound like
No, all I'm saying, there's a awareness, there's an attitude out there that these people, whatever they believe, is the truth to them. Even though actuality is a lie to them, it is the truth.
ah.
So that
I like
now,
the
now hold
last part
on
you
now.
said.
Hold on. Now, we're not, when you
Justification.
talking
Ratification.
actuality, it's a lot, but they still vote for what's in their head,
Hey,
what they believe.
I'm not saying about what's in their head and the way they vote. I'm just saying the truth is simply plain the truth. You
Don't mean
know,
shit if
and
people don't
how,
believe it.
how, it means everything. It ain't it don't it
To
don't
you,
listen,
it means everything.
okay. I don't know if you do, but let
Let
me
me ask
ask
you a
you
question. Hold
anyway.
on a second. Let me
Yeah, okay,
ask you something. Let me ask you
no.
something.
Do you believe
What?
in God?
This ain't got nothing to do with God.
That's my question to you.
This ain't
Do
got nothing
you
to do with God.
I'm asking you a question.
What I'm
Do
talking about
you
ain't got
believe
nothing
in
to do
God?
with God. Ain't got nothing to do with God.
Listen, I'm asking you a question,
Okay, yes, I believe in
and
God. Now, go take it back. I believe in
okay,
God. Now, what's your
wait.
name?
You believe in God. Okay,
Yes.
now, do God make you do anything? Do he make you come to him, or is it a choice for you to come to him? How is it?
Now, we had that conversation before. Now, I'm going to give you this answer and with a question. Hold on. Don't go back. What's the greatest gift God gave you?
Choice.
Thank you. So believing in God does not mean I deny my choice. So if I want to
What?
believe a lie, it does not deny my choice by believing in God. So in
No,
other
my
words, if
point
people want to
is,
believe, if they want to agree with a lie, they have a choice to agree with a lie.
my point was what you said. God does not force you to believe in him. He's going
Right,
to put it out there and allow you to make the choice. It's your
right.
responsibility to make the right choice for yourself.
And
And that's being honest with yourself. Now, I'm saying we don't always do the right thing at the right time.
true,
And we
true,
learn from our mistakes, but
true.
it's not forced on you. And the truth is going to always be the truth. It does not change. It don't make a difference what I think, feel, or believe, or what I want it to be. It's going to be the truth. That's the bottom line.
But, but see,
That's
here's
all
the
I'm saying.
thing. Here's the thing. Let me take it back a little bit. Trump said his peace plan is good. Is that the truth? But there are people
Because
out there that do
only
believe it. Hold on. There are people
okay,
out there that believe it
okay.
is.
I'm okay. It's their
And that's the
choice.
concept. That's
It
the
does not
concept
mean
I'm
because
talking about.
it does not mean if 80% of them want to believe that he did the right thing, that don't mean that it's the truth. That's just the choice they chose.
Oh,
It's that
that is
simple.
the what? That is the truth they chose? Is that
No,
what
no.
you said?
I said it's the
Did you say
choice
is that the
they
truth they
chose.
chose?
No,
Uh-huh.
no, no, no.
And they choice.
That's the
And what
choice.
is their choice based on? What is the choice based
What
on?
is how they felt, what they thought, what they wanted.
What they
That's what
what?
they chose.
What they what?
What they wanted. What they
And
wanted.
what else? And what
Just
else?
because
What they
just because you want
and
something does not
and
mean that
no,
it's the
there's more
truth.
to it.
Okay?
It's also what they believe.
Listen, if you believe, think, feel, want, you got that choice. But if it's not the truth, it ain't the damn truth. But you're entitled to have your thoughts, your feelings, your thinking, whatever you want. Whatever you want it. You're
But
entitled to that.
but
But
Ant-Man, if
the truth is the truth. And
okay,
there's
but
nothing
let me
you can
what you just
justify that,
said, you entitled to have your thoughts, right? You're
but it doesn't
entitled to
mean that it's the
have
truth.
you
Just
entitled to
because
have
I'm
your
entitled to
believing.
have my
You are
thoughts,
now see I answered your question.
I'm
Answer mine.
entitled to have my
Answer
thoughts,
mine.
my belief.
Right?
I'm answering you. You're entitled to have your
You
thoughts,
have
your
all that.
belief, your thinking,
Right?
your wants.
Right?
But
Right?
if it's not the truth, it's not the truth.
Why are you
Bottom line.
not entitled to have your truth?
No,
If
I
you're
did not
entitled
say
to
you're
have
not
everything
entitled.
else, why are you not entitled to have your truth?
You're entitled to have the truth, but you have to choose the truth. Okay?
That's what they
You
chose.
got to
Their
choose
truth.
the truth.
They
No,
chose their
they
truth.
they
What
made a
makes,
decision.
wait a minute, what
Just
makes
because they
your,
made a decision, you have to ask yourself, is this the truth? Just because I think, feel, and believe, is it the truth?
but
Okay,
is
it's
your
more
truth
than just
based, what is your truth
it's
based
more
on? Right or
the truth.
wrong? Happen, not
What
happening?
what is
These,
my
listen,
feelings, what I think, what I
well,
believe, ain't got
yep.
nothing to do with the truth. The truth
Oh,
stands
oh,
alone
I
by
see.
itself.
See.
Okay?
So their
Yes.
choice is not truth to them.
If it's the truth, then it's a good choice.
Wait a minute.
But if it's
Their
not true,
choice.
then it's
Oh,
not a
so
good
now
choice.
their choice has to be a good choice.
If you want the truth,
The question
you have to
is,
make.
how come their choice is not truth to them? You see the mess we're
I'm
in
not
this
looking at
country?
no. I'm not looking at the is and that's what you're talking about. That is the crux of all this bull that's going on today. Because he believes what he thinks and what he does is the truth, and that's what is out there.
Now,
We got
now you
choices.
see how, Anthony, hear me please, brother. Now you understand when we was talking about in our last show when we talk about morality, your self-morality versus society, political, whatever. And when we was talking about, I think the week before that or I can't remember, maybe last week, we was talking about lies, how people take their lies and this and that. People are making choices to have their morality is right, where and people will accept morality of others, even though they don't think it's moral to do it themselves. Do you understand what I'm saying? All right. Somebody else may do something and they will accept that morality instead of chastising that person and saying, no, I wouldn't do that. You've heard that a lot of times. If it was me, I wouldn't do that. Have you not heard that? All right. But
Yeah,
then if the
I heard that
preacher
before.
does it, if my boss does it, if my family member does it, if the president does it, it's okay. Hold on now. They will accept their morality, but it's not your morality. Now, you'll get a people that'll lie. You said, nope, I don't accept that lie. But they will accept that lie. Somebody else will accept that lie. And if the case is they will accept a morality that's not yours, they will accept a lie that you will not accept, then why not can't they accept the truth that is not your truth?
The truth is for me. What their truth is for them. Just because they think, feel, and believe a certain way doesn't mean that is true.
Well, does it go back to morality, even though they think, feel, and know a certain way about morality, or they think, feel, and know a certain way about a lie, but to them it's their choice? Where do we come in and say it's not? We don't
This
have
is an
that right.
individual thing. It's an
Right,
individual thing. I can't
right,
tell somebody if they telling the truth or a lie.
right,
If I
right,
don't believe it, I can just say,
right.
okay, that's what you think, Philip.
And we got a few minutes left, my brother. We are coming up to the 50th anniversary of the United States, right?
Right?
And we hear a lot of things about, they're talking about, oh man, about John Adams. We're talking about Madison, about Jefferson, how smart he was, Benjamin Franklin, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln. We're talking about the great truths of this country, where how we got here. We're talking about all the Constitution and all this and that. And we are accepting those truths, and there's lies all within it. So are they
Who is
truths?
accepted? Who is accepting the truth?
Come on, man. You know what I'm talking about, this country. They're talking about how George Washington, our first president, was a great man, how they're talking about how Abe Lincoln did this. They're talking about the Constitution that and the Declaration of Independence that, let me finish, all men are created. And there are people, this country is accepting those as truth, but there are lies all within it.
Okay, it's 4 minutes before our hour's up. So
Hmm.
you can't sit here for a whole 4 minutes and just ramble on because the
I
bottom
can,
line of
but
it
if I had the
is,
opportunity, you know damn well I can do it. But go
I
ahead,
know you
say
can
what you
do it.
got to
I know
say.
you will if I allow. But my point is that they're entitled to that. And just because I
Here
believe and
we
think
go.
and I want it, it doesn't mean that it's the truth. The truth stands alone. It doesn't need to be proven. It is what it is. It's just the truth. And sometimes it does not feel good. Can't think my way out of the truth. It is what it is, the truth. And they can continue to go on and believe that this man walked on water. He feeding the people with one glass of wine, however you want to put it. He's a butthole from the start.
How
And
dare you? How dare
he's
you say
making
that about
a
our president?
conscious decision not to be an honorable man. He has no intention. He wants to be a butthole, and he's doing a damn good job of being a butt. And he don't care. He don't. He don't give a shit. As you say, in his mind, he thinks, he believes, he wants the lie to be a truth. And I'm done.
But people accept that lie in his head. People make their choice through their feelings, their belief, their decision, even on evidence that may not be true, false evidence. But in their head, he's telling the truth. So the real
I'm not
truth
going
to
to
them,
debate
hold
on.
on, the real truth to them does not matter. This is their personal truth. You know what I mean? So that I'm just trying to tie in all the things we talked about the last few weeks: morality, lies, truth, why people believe, and stuff like that. And even though we're talking about, and we haven't said nothing really bad about President Orange Man, Taco President. Shit, I just said that. I'm sorry. We didn't say all that today about him.
Hey,
You
well, and
know,
listen, it's the truth. It's the truth.
that's the truth.
It's the truth.
you know, but
And
the
as you said
discussion.
earlier, the truth does not require you to have feelings. It does not, I'm gonna say believe. The truth is what it is. It stands alone.
But people
I
have a
can't explain it.
tendency to they use the word my truth or their truth or the truth they want or this and that. And I understand exactly what you mean. But what I'm saying is we are living under a truth that people accept. And I know what you mean by that
That's a
may
lie.
not be truly that's I know, but they looking at it as the truth. The history of this country has a lot of lies in it that's being accepted as the truth. All this stuff we're going back about ICE. They're talking about, ooh, the ICE acting like Nazis during World War II, Gestapo.
Where they get
Hold
it
on, let
from?
me finish. That's what I'm about to say. That's not the truth. They're not acting like them because they got it from us. So in other words, ICE is acting like themselves. They're
I
acting like
rest my
us.
case. I rest
Okay.
my case.
And I understand that's what I'm saying. But there are people who believe what ICE is doing is the right thing to do. Moral, truth, no matter if they put kids in detention camps away from their parents. So the idea of it is we need to really take a look at what we consider truth because it doesn't have the effect on us and it's acceptable because it has that effect on others and you don't care.
That's true. So true.
You say it's all right. So right now we're going in this 250th country of a fucking lie. That's true. That's true.
You can't put it no simpler than that.
Thank you.
It is what it is.
It is. And I rest my case. But one thing
Wow.
I'm gonna say about you, I appreciate you, brother.
Hold on.
I
Let me
really
sit back.
do.
Say
Sit
that
back
again.
because you might fall over. Don't sit too far back. I appreciate you, brother, because when we having this discussion, we can go at it and this, that, or whatever, and it has nothing to it. Personally, I wish you take more vitamins and everything because I think you need to be healthier and take care of that shine on your head or whatever what we go through.
Okay.
No, I agree. I enjoyed the discussion. I really do. What we go through, and now you can see the things we were talking about. Maybe other people may not see it, but they see how it all ties in to where we are today. And it's
Yeah,
not
it
the
does.
idea that Taco Man is Taco Man. It's the idea that we allow him to be. And like I mentioned before in this book, I think that it was called The Conversation with God. And God asks, is Hitler in hell? And God said, well, why is Hitler in hell? The people who should be in hell are the 10 million Germans who are accepted him and allowed him to do what he did.
Pretty
So we're
much.
looking, and we should look at ourselves. What are we doing to this
Like
country? Not what he is
looking in the
doing,
mirror.
but what we're
We're
allowing.
looking in
Right.
the mirror.
Look in the mirror. Right. Right. And we have conversations for people. Hopefully they will think. And if you got an attitude about it, just let us know. Because I know
That's
you
a
gotta
good
have
thing.
an attitude. It's a good thing to have an attitude about Anthony, but that's okay. I will defend him and his rawness all the time.
That's good to hear. I like that choice. I love that choice.
I know, I know, I know,
Well,
I
my
know.
friends, it's been a
All right then,
blast.
man. It has. It has. It's really, and when you're having a good time go by fast.
Does.
You know? It surely do.
And I'm gonna
Oh,
just say
one
it
other thing.
again.
Go ahead.
Happy Juneteenth to everybody that's watching.
Right.
This is
Mhm.
our celebration, Juneteenth.
This is ours.
You know, now
Right. We take it.
and you'll have some truth in it. And some of the truth in our Juneteenth doesn't feel good, doesn't look good, but it's the truth. And
It's the
we ain't
truth.
leaving out shit.
No.
That's the difference. We're not leaving out shit. You know, we're gonna let you get a full taste of what the truth is in Juneteenth. You know, it is what it is. And it's a lot of pain and hurt through the but the blessing in all that is that we got some growth through that pain and hurt and shit.
We survived it. When you seek the truth,
Yes.
and the truth can be very ugly and very damaging, but understand we survived it. No matter what they did to try to color it, whitewash it, hide it, destroy it, it will come out. And I advise you seek it. Seek how bad it was so you know the truth. So you won't accept a lie as true. Okay?
Well
So that's
said.
what we're heading to.
Listen, I know we
Yeah.
gotta go, but that's the best thing you said all day.
No, the best
I'm
thing I
gonna give
said
you
all
your
day
props on that.
was about the shine on your head. You need to get it shined up a little bit
Okay,
more. I like
that
that
was the
glow.
second best thing. That was the second best thing.
Why? I don't know what I'm gonna do with your ass. I'm just saying that right now. I don't know what to do with your ass. Except see you next week. And one other quick
All
thing.
right.
Because
What's
we
that?
have this is just a conversation and not a therapy session. If you do find yourself in a situation where you can't handle the truth and you need to speak to someone about it, a professional about it, the professionals at garnettcounseling.com will give you the therapy and the listening and the advice. They will work with you. They will be there for you. And that's the truth of it all. What we do is not fun and games. It's our experiences and the conversation that we have. We're looking at our elder experience of what we have. But if you really need to seek that private, personal, understanding conversation with somebody, Garnett Therapy will be there for you. GarnetTounseling.com. What did you say?
I didn't know you could spell like that. That's good.
You think I got this only? I couldn't spell? You out of your damn mind, brother. Man.
Have a great weekend, and we see you next week.
All right, take care.
That's a wrap on today's episode of Mended Men's Conversation. If something we shared resonates with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share this episode with someone who needs it. Remember, healing is a journey, and you don't have to walk it alone. Stay connected with us, subscribe to the podcast, and join the conversation online. Until next time, keep growing, keep healing, and keep building your legacy.